Vosh, speaking of your media takes, Josh Strife Hayes had your exact same take on modern games, open world, etc. Everyone praised him for it. People are just mean for the sake of being mean to you.
Someone just said, I'm enjoying this more than Starfield. I think that's because this actually has a plot. I like the idea. See, the problem with Starfield is it's the exact example of the fact that a lot of pointlessness does not mean the game is bigger and better.
True! I agree. Hey, isn't it cool how Starfield sucks and nobody cares about it? Really, though, Skyrim has this grip on popular culture because it's a big shitty puddle, but it was like everyone's first big shitty puddle. And Starfield was hyped up for 50 trillion years, and it came out, and it sucks. It completely sucks, and nobody likes it. Like, leaving aside the bugs and all that crap and all the like standard Bethesda bullshit, it doesn't even have like a big connected world that you explore around. What the f is the point of Starfield? Seriously, the combat never feels that good in Bethesda games. It's not like super satisfying to play from like a kinesthetic perspective. There's not a big open world to explore because it's all a bunch of maps you have to go menu random generation, and all the characters are shit. Dude, I watched Joseph Anderson play Starfield, and everyone in Starfield, literally, like, Starfield NPC convo. You know how like people talk to you in Starfield? Like,
all we know for certain at this point is that whoever
am I playing a PS3 game?
created the artifacts are the same beings that built the temple. Anything else is just guesswork. I might as well put on a blindfold.
Leave aside like, don't even, I'm not even talking about the stupid like Bethesda bugs bullshit or whatever. Look at how bad this looks. Seriously. And then like, again, I know this is like an unfair comparison kind of, but then like the conversations in Cyberpunk are so much more real. Like this. In Cyberpunk, when you talk to people, it's like you're actually talking to people. Like, this is, I'm muting it because I don't give a fuck, okay? This is like what it looks like in-game. It's not a cutscene or whatever. This is just like what playing the game looks like, you know? Love Jackie. Like, you just walk up to people and they look like this. Like, that's super cool, you know? I know this is kind of an unfair comparison because this is made by CD Projekt Red, which is a real studio, and Cyberpunk, or sorry, not Cyberpunk, Starfield was made by Bethesda, which is like a special ed school. But like the people, it looks good, but the lighting is slimy. That's a deliberate choice. You're showing in-game cutscenes? No, those are the actual, like, look, okay, look. Cyberpunk Victor conversation. That's in-engine. I'm keeping this muted because it's like spoilers or whatever, so you can't see the text or whatever. So unless you can lip sync read NPCs, which is very impressive, in-engine doesn't mean it's not a cutscene. No, play the game. This is what it looks like. Like, there's no, it's not a pre-rendered cutscene. It's the animation and models. This is what the game looks like. This is like a standard conversation with an NPC. It looks really good. It looks really good. Like, look, that looks really good. He's standing there, but like, that looks really good. You just mean in-engine cutscenes, but yeah, I get it. No. Okay, there's pre-rendered cutscenes, which are just like movies added on top of the game. And then there's in-engine cutscenes where, using the game's engine, they have custom animations and everything and blah, blah. When I say this is just the game, what I mean is that the fact that this is a cutscene is only because you can't move in this segment. All of the stuff, like, you could be walking around and like dipping your dick in the petri dishes on the table while he's doing this. It's the same. You can dick dip. It's just, it looks so. Let me find like a non-spoiler thing so I can like, here, meeting him. Look at this.
A grip.
Really? Now? Finally?
Vic, shit's getting real. Got a job from Dex Deshawn, hitting the major leagues. Need tech that can perform.
This came out before Starfield. Literally, what the
to Deshawn? Well, that is something. But let me guess.
That doesn't even look that great. This is the best looking this gets right now. I don't know what you mean. This doesn't look that great. This is literally the best it gets right now.
Page yet? Kuroshi Optics.
They're seeing double YouTube compression through stream. I guess that's true.
Best I've got, and should be about right under the circumstances. Now jack in. One day I just dropped it and never looked back. I'll never be a legend in this town, but been sleeping nights ever since.
It just looks really good.
We're on their turf. So what do you want? You look different in person. Our publishing, really.
You got a bot. Model MT0D12.
Talk to me.
I don't know if this comparison necessarily. If Bethesda made Cyberpunk. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. All right, sorry. Have you played Cyberpunk? I'm playing it right now, yeah. Have you seen Cyberpunk with path tracing? It's insane. No, I don't think I have. I guess it just kind of fills me with like bloodthirsty rage that Bethesda still exists. Like Bethesda is just objectively a horrible studio on every like level. Like literally just a machine that takes money from idiots and produces giant heaps of shit. And they make money. It just actually bothers me. It like genuinely it does. It's one of the biggest examples of like disproportionately negative. It's so bad. Cyberpunk had a pretty shitty reputation not too long ago. No, yeah, because they did horrible crunch and it released a ton of bugs. But there's like an underlying artistic vision, and also CD Projekt Red has like competent coders. I have no idea what's going on with like Bethesda, dude, but holy shit, like a good one of the best ways of knowing whether or not a development team is like competent and was given the time and the like attention and thought and forethought to construct a game well is how many loading screens there are and how many things are like arbitrarily cut from each other. Because one of the biggest tasks, like one of the biggest brain things that you do these days in making a big open world AAA video game is how the do you have a person wander that world without like exploding every computer that has to run this, you know? And usually what that means is you have like a team of tech wizards whose job it is to like, if you're not looking at a building, that building isn't being rendered. If an NPC is like turns a corner, they instantly get de-rendered. And like, how do we save every single possible frame by like minimizing the calculations the computer has to do? And it's like that's the wizardry. It takes very little effort to make a game with next gen graphics. Seriously, like load Unreal Engine 5, download like some free high res models, get some 4K textures, and then have some shaders that you can download. Kablamo, congrats. You can have like photorealism in a game. Now make it run well. And that's where the wizardry comes in, because there's no way to automate that. Well, you can with some stuff like ray tracing and light balancing and stuff, but that's where the wizardry comes in. And the real difficulty is, okay, now we have a great looking game. How do we make it functional? And that's where Bethesda eats shit every time. Which is why in Starfield, in order for you to walk from anything to anything, you have to like go through a loading screen, just cut it all apart. How good is the studio for Baldur's Gate 3? Larian Studios, phenomenal. They're great. One of the real